Hey, Donald Trump has been fun to watch, hasn't he? Boy, he really lightened up the campaign. But no, whatever you think about Donald Trump, is, God, I think he just has a lot to teach the rest of us, about what's going on in our life today. You may think he's a sexist, racist windbag, but gosh, he really is using the current system like all the new entrepreneurs are in our economy. The world has changed. It's a whole new ball game out there. And see, if you watch his campaign, he epitomizes what's really going on in the world. Now listen to this. I sort of categorize this stuff because I've interviewed about 700 to 1,000 people who are living off the new economy, starting new jobs, starting new businesses, creating new jobs for themselves and everything, all on the internet and getting money to do that. And that's what he's doing. Now, really, like the epitome is that he is living in the gig economy. It's not like he just woke up and said, hey, I want to do a new job for a while. Instead of having one job forever, that's how we're really starting to live more and more. One gig and then another gig and then another gig. So he's doing that. I mean, waking up one day and say, hey, I think I'll be president for a while. That'll keep me busy for a couple of years, right? So that's it. He is really epitomizing the gig economy. And also what he's showing us is that you don't need credentials to do what you want to do in life anymore. I mean, the guy wasn't even mayor or a governor or even ran for city council. No credentials in what he wants to do. Just decided to go out and try to do it. And that's what I see in all the entrepreneurs and the other people that I'm interviewing. Man, they don't have backgrounds in any of the talents, even, the talents that are required to do, even to invent products, to raise money, to do things that they even have no technical expertise in it. They just get it somewhere, and for very little cost and just make it happen. So that's what he's doing. He's showing you don't need credentials to do what you want to do in life. And also, this is an important thing, you don't need money. He's succeeding without money. It's 6 months into the campaign, and he still hasn't spent a nickel on advertising. And I don't think anybody wants to work for president particularly. Man, you need a big war chest to spend all this advertising money on. Like all the other guys, like Jeb Bush, spent tens of millions of dollars, that went nowhere, and all got him less in the polls, He hasn't spent a nickel. See, and that's how entrepreneurs are doing. They're not spending money, on developing the products. They develop the idea of the product, and then they get money on the internet to do the product. Or advertising, no, all social media, and that's free advertising. You just have to learn that system to do it. It doesn't cost money. It just takes time and effort, to learn the system. So that's why Trump is doing it the new way. All the other guys in the race are stuck in the old stuff, and that's why they're being left behind. And also, listen to this. He's creating his own opportunity. He's not waiting for somebody else or hooking on to somebody else's opportunity or whatever. He's creating his own. And that's what I see. These people are using the new internet economy. They create their own ideas. Man, this is the way things should be. And you don't need money and stuff to do it, so I'll just go out and do it myself. And that's what he's doing. And I think that's where we're going now. This is what our life is all about. And that's where the people are that are really moving and shaking things. Also, it's the establishment no longer has control of everything, right? So he doesn't even care about the Republican National Committee or whatever. He's just doing his own thing. I'll run on you guys or somebody else or as independent. Doesn't matter. So the establishments like that used to run everything, and now they don't. They don't have control. They've lost control. I mean, if you want to write a book nowadays, when I did that writing book, I had to go to New York and all these publishers. No, you just go on the internet and do it. And you raise money on the internet from future customers that give you money to write the book. Things like that. Or you want to start a business. No, use crowdfunding. Raise money from potential customers in the future. You don't even have a product yet and you're getting money. The fat cats are out. The bankers, the venture capitalists, and things like that. All the people that are running on the levers, man, they're shrinking because there's a way to do it for anybody. Just like Trump's showing us that. Man, he's not using the established system. Everybody thinks that, oh, there's only one way to do it. Nonsense. Yeah, there isn't. Now there's so many ways, nobody could count them. There's a different way for everybody to do it. Also, the experts are wrong. I mean, this obviously. I mean, you look at 6 months ago, man, when he started out, people say he'd be gone in 6 weeks, right? That sucker's still there and getting bigger numbers than ever. Right? Now, all these experts who are writing articles about, these people have been following politics for 30 years, this couldn't happen. And now they're scratching their head, trying to figure out how the hell can I not look too foolish and admit I was wrong. And that's true about everything nowadays, I think. The experts don't know. They're guessing. Everything in our world is changing so quickly. Anybody who's been studying yesterday, going to be wrong, because yesterday don't work no more. So you can't, there's no way to study yesterday to figure out what's going to happen tomorrow. You just got to do it and take a chance and see what the hell happens. And now you can do things without risking money or anything. And so that doesn't work. You try another way. Yeah. And that's what's particularly in crowdfunding and things like that. 5 years ago, who would have said that you could have a hotel chain with 1 million rooms and have nothing but a website? That's right. That's what Airbnb is. 1 million rooms. They're worth more than Hyatt Hotel. And they've been around for 5 years, and they have more rooms available, but they don't own a single room. They just have a website, and they're worth like $50 billion. Who would have said that, that would work 5 years ago? And that's all they've been. Or how about Uber, the taxi service people? Man, in 5 years, they're now have more, they're bigger than Hertz and Avis together and own no cars. All they have is a website. And they're worth 10 times, or 5 times, or whatever, a lot more than Hertz and Avis together, the value of that company. So that's why you can't. Experts don't know what's going on nowadays. You can't. Even I've seen, I do a lot of crowdfunding thing. What's happening Man, somebody just got $50,000 from thousands of people to taste this potato salad. Taste the potato salad. Now there's about 100, 200 people now who are raising money to be the next potato salad entrepreneur or whatever. Who would have thought? You can't. And that's why you take your heart, you put it out there, and there's tools in our society to do that. And that's what Trump, to me, is so valuable, to show, hey, the old stuff doesn't work anymore. And that's what it is. And also, this epitomizes this. No matter what you do in life, if you really want to do something, you're probably going to piss somebody off. He's pissing off. Who's it? Besides John McCain, calling him a draft dodger or something like that. He wasn't really a hero. I don't know, something like that. But also the Latinos and women and Muslims. He's pissing off these people. Now, maybe an idiot for doing that, but even not being an idiot, you're going to piss off somebody. Because change, that's what happens, So you can't please everybody if you want to do something new. Because if you're trying to please everybody, that means you're going to do the same old thing. Because the people who get pissed are the people who don't want change, right? So if you're trying to change something new, you're going to piss somebody off, right? And if you're trying to not, if you're trying to make everybody happy, you're not going to do anything new. And it doesn't have a chance to grab something new that's the future. Instead of fighting for old peanuts left by the last generation or whatever heck is shrinking and not growing. So it's that. If you're going to change the status quo, you have something, boy, you just can't please everybody. Remember that. And the other thing, I think the most important thing about what he does, I think, for people now is to show, even if he doesn't win, man, you could tell he's having fun. So win or lose, man, he's having fun every day doing this, isn't he? And I think that's the key, man. So in anything we do, we have no idea we're going to win or lose, or your business is going to do, or something new is going to happen. But if you're having fun, man, then you won. You won already because you're having fun every day. And you see Trump, man, he's like the Cheshire Cat every day. Yeah, whether he's being an idiot or just trying to be sensible, you could tell that sucker's having fun. So that's what I think life is all about nowadays, because nobody knows who's going to win. Nobody knows what the future is, and it's all up in the air nowadays. So you get out there and start having fun, because nobody knows what's going to work anyway. And so you take your heart and just do the things you really want to do, like he's doing. And you're having fun. And who cares if you win or lose? Because every day you're waking up having fun. Okay, well, here's another way I think colleges are ripping off students in America. Yeah, and that's through the application fee. It costs like $50 to $100 for every time you apply to a college. Wow! And look how much money the colleges are making on that. Like here's a list of some of them I set up. Yep. Like UCLA has 86,000 people applying every year, and they get $70 a pop. Okay, so that's $6 million just on application fees. Look at San Diego State College. They're getting $3 million because they only have 56,000 people applying. Boston University, 54,000 people are paying $80 a pop to apply, so that gives the school an extra $4 million. Or the College of New Jersey. Okay, there's a little college. Probably nobody's ever heard of them, right? They get $75 a pop. So they make an extra almost $1 million a year just on applications. Georgetown University, look, $1.5 million. Man, so it pays a university to try to get, as many people apply, whether they accept them or not. Man, there's a big business, an extra $6 million a year to the university. Wow, let's just fill out an application. When you get insurance, do you apply? Do you give them money so you could apply how to give them more money all the time? No. So why does colleges get away, with charging you money to find out if you could give them more money? Now that's crazy. That's why I think, God, you have to start looking at options for colleges. And even junior colleges, community colleges. Some of them have no fees at all to apply. I looked at colleges around our area here, and they'd be $25 or something like that as an application fee. It's not up to $100, like these other colleges do. And it may even be free. Now, also, there's a waiver program you could get. If you have low income, you could get these fees waived. And if you took the SATs under a waiver program because you had certain income or your family circumstances, you don't even have to pay to take the SATs. And then if you're under that category, you get 4 applications for free. So that's $75 to $100 a pop. That's like $400 almost that you could get for free. And then every college and university should have a waiver program. So don't just blindly feel that you have to pay, $100 for every college you want to apply for the kids. No, say, hey, do you have a fee waiver program? And you find out about that, and apply for that. Man, if you don't ask, you're going to be paying top dollar. It's sort of like buying a car, right? If you don't ask for a discount, they're never going to give it to you. You'll be paying sticker price. Well, it's the same thing with colleges or anything, particularly the prices that we pay for college in this country. It's just sinful. That's why I'm on a kick now to try to let people know about, hey, places like Europe, they have 13,000 programs, degree programs in English that they give to universities all over Europe, man, at a fraction of what you cost here. Now look what it costs to go to Europe. Here's some data. I just did a video ebook I'll tell you about in a little bit that has this kind of data. Like in Spain, it only costs $5,000 a year. Here it's going to cost you $40,000. So why? I mean, that's a lot of plane fare, isn't it? It's probably a better program, too. These are the best universities in Europe. They all have this because they treat college differently, than we do. We see it as a business. Everybody, and the government gives you money. So, you go to the government, get money for a loan. Now, you're in debt up to your keister. You give that money to the college, and they got your money, and you got debt for the rest of your life, and you can't make a good decision. You're not, going out and get jobs you really want to get because you got to pay the student debt. It's a burden that you're carrying around. You're not getting married. People aren't buying houses or cars and stuff like that. Belgium, $6,000. France, man, you go to school for the tuition is like $600. That's for people who live in America. Could go to France and pay less than $1,000 a year in tuition. Wow. Now, isn't that crazy? But it's true. Actually, that's Belgium is $600. France is only $200. So that's why, boy, I mean, you have to know your options in life. And that's why keep advised of this. Now, if you want to know more about what's going on in Europe and how to do, so you pay $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on plane fare going back and forth. That's nothing to $40,000, that you're going to pay. But go to this website if you want to know more about these kind of colleges over Europe, and particularly for graduate work. studyineurope.eu/in-English. They're all the programs, degree programs that are in English. You could study everything from sports management to engineering to IT to wine to bartending. You have one you get a degree in Ireland on running a bar. And that's, I mean, the world is so small. So many products we don't even, use. All the products are made in America. No, they're playing all over the world. So having a world, education is even better. I mean, that way you're more flexible. That's where all the business is going to be. The world is shrinking and dealing with other countries all the time. Man, my business changed so much in the last 4 or 5 years. I never thought. I'm traveling all over the world just doing business and getting suppliers and whatever. And what's neat about people in America, we all speak English, and the world wants to speak English. That's why all these programs in Europe are given in English, because they want everybody who lives in Europe to be able to speak English, to be eligible for our market. English is becoming the world language. That's the default language, and that's what's so neat about people in America. Man, we know it already. We don't have to learn it. So to deal with Asia, to deal with Europe, to deal with area, English is, you're ahead of the game. So that's what's so neat about it. So look at that. And also, we have an ebook. If you go to letsgovideoebook.com, and you see we have an ebook on getting a degree for $1,000 a year instead of paying $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, whatever these universities are charging now. But just make sure, it all takes research. That's all it costs in life. Is extra time and research to find your alternatives. That's where the good information is. And it's not just doing one Google search, because you're just going to get what everybody else gets, and they're all stupid because they're spending too much already. So you have to dig deeper. And when you dig deeper, you get that good stuff. Now, this is interesting. One of the most popular free courses on the internet is a course called Learning How to Learn. And I think that this is very important for many reasons. Not only that you can't... Now, this course is from the University of San Diego, University of California at San Diego. So famous professors there are teaching this, and you could take it for free online on the internet. It's available on Coursera, Couresa.org. And that's a course there. See, a lot of the universities, everything, are making courses for free. We covered some that are available from Harvard and everything like that. And see, if you pay a few extra dollars, you get a certificate that you completed these. So now you can get it on your resume. But see, a course like Learning How to Learn, I think, is very important, because what I see now, after interviewing, almost 1,000 people who are doing new things with the new economy now, they're learning new things themselves. See, the old economy was to go back to school and get degrees and get credentials, to get a good job with somebody. And now, because so many people are creating their own jobs in the new economy. You don't need a credential. You just got to learn stuff. And you could teach yourself that. That's what I see from all these people that I'm interviewing, that are doing things, creating products, creating businesses, doing ideas. They're learning themselves. I mean, I just talked to a woman who wanted to know how to use a blowtorch to make jewelry at home. She went on the internet, actually on YouTube, and learned by herself. See, I mean, there's no reason to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, to get degrees that are really just credentials to work in large organizations. If you just want to know stuff, to do stuff, and contribute to society more, and to grow your own mind and things like that, you don't need to go to these big, expensive institutions that are just mills to bring people to large corporations to work. No, you could learn this stuff yourself. And that's why if you go on these courses, whether it's YouTube, man, there's so much stuff you want to learn. When I'm stuck on something, I go to YouTube. I usually find, a place to learn that. Instead of taking a course by some expert or something, I get it for free. Or even things. I mean, looking for these free courses now on Coursera, you could get so many things on programming, if you want to know how to code yourself. There's so many ways to learn yourself. And that's why a course like this that teaches you what learning is, it's nobody sprinkling holy water on you. Actually, recently I've been reading some books. My son just went through law school recently and finished. And then to take the bar exam, that means the exam that he's been going 3 years of school with, he had to take another course and pay thousands of dollars so he could pass the exam. So you go to school for 3 years, pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to graduate from law school, and you can't pass the exam without paying somebody to teach the course. So you say, I don't know what the hell they're teaching there. That's right. To really learn stuff, you could teach yourself. And that's what's so neat about the internet or whatever. Like on this Learning to Learn, they got 1 million, 2 million people. I forget how many people, over 1 million people have taken that course. It's for free. And again, as you say, you pay $40, $50 and you get a certificate so you can put that on your resume and show an employer if you want to use it to get a job. If you don't want to use it to get a job, you just want to know it to contribute, to make something yourself, to do something, to grow yourself. It doesn't take money. And that's the power of the internet. Could you imagine 10 years doing something like that? Man, you would sit in the library and try to find books on it and things like that and teach yourself that way. Here you get the best instructors in the world to sit down and have a course laid out for you and learn it that way, just on the internet, on your own time. These people that will charge, $200 a credit, 3-credit course, $600, $700 to take that course. And you could get it for free. Okay, come and get them. I got 2 more question mark suits that I'm auctioning off on eBay. And just go to eBay and look, handmade Matthew Lesko question mark. Handmade Matthew Lesko question mark. And you'll see a green one with green question marks and a white one with blue question marks. And I've worn them for years. Some are little spots on them, but you can't tell. They're all dry clean, ready for you to just have fun. That's what I did with these shoes, man. They were so much fun. You walk anywhere around town, they give you free coffees at Starbucks. I got free upgrades on the airlines and everything. It just changed my life. But more importantly, I'm not making money out of this. Any money that you bid and we accept as an offer, I'm giving to local public libraries, because there's libraries now that help anybody who's unfamiliar with using the internet to make money. You want to start a store on eBay or SD or something like that. There's librarians now that help you do that. So you don't know how to do even set up a Facebook page or something. They'll do that for you. I mean, these information centers that are so popular at one time, they're really more important now, I think, on our community than ever. Particularly people that aren't so used to using the internet. Plus, man, when you go on Google and find something, you can't find what you need anymore. You can find lots of stuff, billions of things. but you can't find the right stuff. And that's what these librarians do too. And they're even there on the phone. You could call them up. A lot of them are online. You could ask them questions where they've had all these questions asked before. They know where the best stuff is. Don't go on Google and search for something and all you're going to get is 5,000 pages of people wanting to sell you stuff. There's stuff out there for free, but you're not going to find it on Google because unless you go through 10,000 pages, but you don't have time. That's why I encourage them. So go to eBay, put in handmade Matthew Lesko question marks. That's right. And you'll see the suits. Give me a bid so we can help people who aren't that savvy on the internet and start using the stuff that's out there. When you're a vet all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day. And if you're old enough to remember West Side Stories, it's not about vets, it's about jets, a street gang. But more importantly, you know that veterans now can go to Harvard or Yale for free, no matter what your SAT is or what your grade point average is. It's right, but there's a catch. It's only in the summer, and it's a few weeks in the summer, but it's at Harvard, Yale, and a whole bunch of other universities. Here's where it is. Also at Vassar, they have it. They have it at University of Michigan, Syracuse, Cornell, Georgetown, University of Oklahoma. All these schools have this program, and the program is run by an organization called Youre Scholar Project. And what they take is vets, or whether you're a couple of years coming out or a couple of decades, no matter what they are, and it gives them study skills so they can make it in big time universities, and they go there and you study reading, writing, and how to study, and you get the best professors at these universities to help you, so to get you the skills you need to get, and be competitive at major universities, and it's important work. This is called Youre Scholar Project, and it's free. All you have to do is get there yourself. So the price is right. And what's funny about this to me, what's serious really about it's really combating these for-profit schools. See, for-profit schools, man, they're after the veterans, man, because they know you got money, veterans got money, there's millions and millions or billions of dollars coming out in these for-profit schools. See, 90% of their money comes from government programs. So they get you as a veteran or somebody else to get a government money or your government grant or whatever, give it to them, and they spend very little money on education, right? The people coming out of there aren't getting jobs, they're not getting careers or anything. All they're doing is giving money that the government gives you or lends you, and you give them to them. And you're making millionaires out of these guys who run, or women too, I'm sure, that run for-profit universities. Actually, the guy who runs, who ran or who owned and started Phoenix, man, he died a billionaire. That's what we're doing. That's why I say government programs are where millionaires can become billionaires. So programs like this, like the Youre Scholar Project, what they do, help people that, hey, you could go to a regular university, see these for-profit universities try to get you on the phone and they become your best friend, and it's going to be easy and no problem. Man, you could compete with better people than that. And don't go to these places because they really have a bad name. And actually, there's a law now that they only could get 90% of their income from government programs. Only! That means they get 90% of their money coming from the government, and you're paying it back to the government, and they're getting it. And if you screw up, they don't care. They got your money, and that's amazing. And see, what's interesting too is that the GI Bill money does not count in this 90%. So these for-profit schools will get 100% of their money from the government, as long as 10% is from veterans. So that's why they're going for a veteran. Hey, give me your GI money so we can stay in business and pay these marketing people. That's why when you go and search anything on college or scholarships and things, you're going to run into these for-profit universities because they're paying all their money into marketing and advertising. Very little goes into that. So if you're a vet, you want to know about organizations, like the Youre Scholar project, and other nonprofit organizations or local volunteer organizations will help you with that. Your local community college, that's a great place to start. I mean, they're paying like 5 times as much on education for somebody than a for-profit university. For-profit universities spend the least amount possible as anybody else in the world on the education part. It's all in marketing and overhead and all this kind of stuff. So that's why you want to do that. And there's another group actually for veterans. So these people are really good because they help you get any kind of benefits. And it's a group in every county. It's the National Association of County Veteran Service Officers, and they're set up to apply for money for you too. Other programs, and they'll help you fill out the application for free. Actually, I've seen data where they get more money than anybody else, even than anybody else can get from these programs. So use them. It's silly. I'm going to the government to learn how to get more money from the government. Yeah, because they help you fill out the application. They know the system better than some huckster like me, promising you money or something like that. No, I mean, these people for free. They're every county. And you can go to their website, National Association of County Veteran Service Officers. National Association of County Veteran Service Officers. Click on your state. They have a state-by-state listing there, and find the office when you give them a call, see what they have, or whatever, and call your local community college, see what they have for vets. Because you got money for education. There's more money now than ever before, and that's why the people who call you, remember, to help you, they want money from you, right? And they're going to get a lot of money from you because they have to pay their salary. The people you have to call are going to be free because they don't have money to go and find you. So that's where the opportunities are. So remember, watch out for the .coms or even like the .eds now, or edu, whatever it is, these for-profit universities. And because you could just get a hell of a lot better, a hell of a lot cheaper, and probably a hell of a lot more fun.